People believe that witches are a thing of the past. But what if they're actually all around us? This guide will show you how to spot a witch that may be hiding in plain sight. This video is a paid message by the people of Mabeko, home of the Puritans and the Salem Witch Trials. A witch is one of the many tools the devil uses to sow confusion and disorder. Here are some of the ways you can spot a witch. Witches work hard to give everyone a taste of hell. They like to leave trash or empty Starbucks cups on store shelves. On slow-moving escalators, they like to stand side by side so you can't get around them. If you try to ask them to move, they'll pretend they don't see you, which is of course a type of power spell. At all other times, they're blocking busy aisles, recording themselves dancing. This is a form of unproductive idleness and of course, the origin of the popular saying, idle hands are the devil's fleshlight. If you say, cool, I avoid malls and do all my shopping online, their quest for chaos continues in the neighborhood. You'll know a witch lives near you because they also like the same things you do. And they will let you know by stealing your packages. Witches live in a state of eternal damnation, so they choose to surround themselves with unlucky souls. This can be in the form of dogs or cats that they let roam free. On occasion, they walk their pets to try and blend in, but never pick up after them. You'll hear their music at 6 a.m., including all weekdays and holidays, because they have no souls. They also park in as many spaces as possible, which is a direct order from Satan. Now let's see how to spot a witch at the airport. You'll know a witch is at the airport because they get into the pre-check line and act surprised when they're not allowed through. They secretly know this requires a background check that they wouldn't pass because of their DUIs. They like to believe that the rules don't apply to them, but TSA would happily break their legs. As they wait for their flight, you'll likely see them at the gate taking up every chair possible with all their shit. When the boarding begins, they'll again try to board with Group 3 despite being on a later flight. They try to walk on with their 14 bags and hold up the line as they consolidate to just 2 items. After they take their seats, they have speakerphone conversations despite being told to hang up. While in the air, they commit the biggest sin of all, which is breaking airline etiquette. They take up both armrests when they're sitting in the window or aisle seat, which is of course against the rules as these 2 armrests are for the center seat. This brings us to any and all gyms. When witches spot each other in public, they of course stop what they're doing to have long conversations. This all occurs while sitting on the equipment you need during peak gym hours. When you ask how many sets they have left, they of course cast a spell to give you diarrhea. After 15 minutes of rest, between sets they leave their sweat covering the machine. Witches are averse to structure and order, so you'll find 15-pound dumbbells on the other side of the gym despite signs to re-rack them. Here are 5 rapid-fire examples that indicate you may be suffering from bewitchment. Number 1. Your phone charger only works if you bend it a certain way. Number 2. You find yourself in the slowest line at checkout even when you change lanes. Number 3. You hit every red light even on empty streets. Number 4. You forget why you walked into a room, then decide to eat junk food even when you're not hungry. And number 5. When you go to drink from your water bottle, you find that it's always empty. Witches are of course illegal in Mabeko, as the country motto is witches get stitches. The country's system has a rigorous testing process to determine who may be a witch. Number 1. Moles and birthmarks. Science may tell you that the cause of birthmarks are hyperpigmentation of melanin cells, but really they're a mark of the devil. This is of course a mark where he sucks their blood, as he does for every witch. Number 2. The float test. Everyone knows that water is pure, so witches can float in water. So anyone accused of witchcraft would be tied to a chair and thrown into a lake. If they're indeed a witch, they will float to the top, and if they're not... Number 3. The prayer test. Another well-known fact about witches is they can't recite the Lord's Prayer without making mistakes. This is because any hesitations are seen as signs of the devil. Although in 1692, they had Minister Burroughs who had a noose around his neck and recited the prayer perfectly. This was of course a sign that he was the strongest witch they'd ever seen. His ability to do it was actually a trick from Satan himself. The stone press. If during the legal process someone refuses to enter a plea, we press them with stones until they get one of two things. They either confess or say they're not guilty. One example of this is Giles Corey, who was an 81-year-old farmer. He refused to speak, so he had several stones placed on his body for multiple days. During those days, the only words he ever uttered were "more weight." After several days, he was crushed to death, which of course proved two things. Number 1, old man's strength is a thing, and number 2, he died a G. The people of Mabeko would like to stress that they're not savages like the Europeans who burn witches at the stake. The reason being is this is known to destroy the local air quality. Their country's economic system is booming as their GDP reaches 600 trillion shillings. We hope you book your next trip to visit our great country and consider nationalization. This concludes the paid message from the people of Mabeko, and now a word from our sponsor. Are you being accused of witchcraft? Have you been banned by Spirit and Frontier Airlines? Have neighbors asked you why you only wear black? Then the law offices of Elliot Crane want to represent you in international court against the country of Mabeko. You may be entitled to land or financial compensation. I guarantee the settlement that you deserve. You have rights. You have a voice, and together we'll make those bastards pay. So call today at... A record number of flights have been booked to the country of Mabeko. The president has threatened to nuke the small country after accusing millions of Americans and half of Florida of being witches. The Salem Witch Trials are of course a part of United States history dating back to the 1600s. The Supreme Court released the following statement: that was like 300 years ago, and Europe did it first. Also adding, in 1993, we legally declared it in the past. We'll continue to update on the tense legal battle between the United States and Mabeko here on Channel 12.